All right, we're going to get to the bottom of it tonight. Roy Jones Jr. making just the ridiculous claim that Gennady Golovkin should have been disqualified after the knockout win over Vaughn's Australian, or Marty Rosen, excuse me. Okay, now look, here's the thing. I mean, well, first of all, I have the damn video and I want to show it to you, but I can't because we're on YouTube and everything you do is a copyright thing. So, I'm going to leave a link in the box below where you guys can go and watch the actual fight, watch the video clip of Roy Jones Jr. hitting after the bell. Okay, and just really just click off the damn video now and go watch it. Okay, and you'll see. But look, let me give you a little bit of history. Okay, 1996, Roy Jones Jr. moves up to light heavyweight to face Mike McCollum for the interim WBC. At the time, McCollum was 40 years old, born in 1956. The fight went down in 1996. I mean, do the math. He was 40 years old. Why are you talking? Okay, I'll tell you why I'm talking about this. Because Roy Jones Jr., during the fight, before the fight, after, he's all over YouTube and all over the internet and giving interviews talking about how Gennady Golovkin, is cherry picking his career and he, taking on lighter opposition, especially, really directly referring to the Vaughn's Marty Rosen fight. But the reason I bring up the fight in 1996 was, okay, you got that fight where he basically beat up a 40-year-old man to win the WBC interim, okay? But then immediately following that is when he was disqualified. So if you're going to bring up, look, here's my thing. If Roy Jones Jr. is going to make that comparison to his fight in 96 to Golovkin's fight in 2018, then let's look at the facts. Let's break it down. That's the problem. No one does that on YouTube anymore. No one takes the time to do their research, to do their homework. It's all clickbait. You got these channels out here, they're talking about how, Roy Jones Jr., he gets DQ'd, but Golovkin, oh, he got away with it. Okay, whoa, Golovkin gets away with it. He's privileged or whatever. It's ridiculous. Okay, so man, I wish I could just show that damn video. Just please, I'm begging you, please watch the video. I will leave it in the link box or description box below. Okay, and you can see why Roy Jones Jr. was actually disqualified, and it's a side-by-side video. They show Golovkin, his knockout, and Roy Jones Jr., in his knockout. Okay, so look, let's get to the lies and deception. Okay, now the fight, 1996, it was against Griffin. Now in the first fight, I believe it was round 9. Okay, Roy Jones Jr., he's got him in trouble and he goes down. Okay, and he's down. I'm like, oh wow, he's down. And I remember the fight. Even before this even happened, I remember. I'm a huge fan of Roy Jones Jr. I can recall any of his fights. I remember this particular fight. Okay, he goes down. Roy Jones Jr. runs over there, hits him with a right, and then he kind of looks up at him. Griffin looks up at Roy. He's like, what the fuck, what are you doing? And then he hits him with a left, and the referee's running over there trying to pull him off. I mean, it was like the worst example of hitting after the bell I could even think of. Like, I can't think of a worse example, and he did it twice. Okay, now Roy Jones Jr., he's talking about how, well, there's no standing 8 count, and I didn't know he was down. I mean, come on, man. Come on, dude. Like I said, I'm not going to elaborate. Watch the video. Okay. Now, another thing I want to bring up, okay, you got Gennady Golovkin. The dude is 36 years old, okay, just annihilating, slaughtering these guys that are 10 years younger than him, and they're in their prime. You look at Jacobs, you look at Canelo, you look at Vaughn's Marty Rosen, you look at Brook, you look at Gabriel Rosado, all of them. Go through the whole record, the top 10s, okay, annihilating these guys. And like I tell you, it's really not who you're fighting, it's how you beat them, okay? And that's what people don't understand. There's not another middleweight in history, I believe, or especially alive today, fighting today, that can beat these guys the way Golovkin beats these guys. So, you really have to look at the big picture. Did I like the fight? No. At this point, I wish he would have taken a mandatory, but he didn't. It is what it is. But my point is, these HBO guys, like, they can't just keep saying this kind of shit without being, without any accountability. So I wanted to make a video tonight to just bring it to your attention, but unfortunately you have to do your part. You've got to go watch the video, okay? You know, I don't know, maybe Roy Jones Jr., maybe he forgot, you know, maybe he forgot what actually happened back in 1996. And by the way, he went to avenge that disqualification in the rematch. He knocked the dude out in round 1, okay? And then went on, which something I'm very proud of him for doing. He beat Ruiz and won the heavyweight title. You know, Roy Jones Jr. came in at 193, Ruiz came in at 225, you know, to capture that heavyweight title. So, you know, in his defense, Roy Jones Jr., he said he only took the fight, you know, for the light heavyweight title, or the interim, the WBC interim, because he wanted to give his friend money. His friend needed money, and that's why he agreed to take the fight, which it kind of sounds like a built-in excuse to me, but whatever. It could be true. I don't really care one way or the other. My point is, you know, you can't make these kind of accusations or these kind of comments. You just can't. I mean, we got social media, we got YouTube. I mean, it takes someone like me doing their homework and bringing it to your attention, okay? So it's night and day, just night and day. Now, and then, you know, I hear people bringing up, you know, the David Lemieux fight where Golovkin, you know, hit David Lemieux after he was down. You know, you have to think, well, first of all, let's get to the Vaughn's Marty Rosen knockdown. Okay, it was like a 7-punch combination. Okay, when you're in the middle of that combination, and the very last punch was the right hook as his knee hit the ground. And you got HBO, they're showing it from like different angles, like they're going out and borrowing fans' iPhones so they can get better videos. It's like they're trying so hard to prove that Golovkin hit after the bell. You know, it was sad. It really stole the moment. It really kind of took away from the victory, from the win. It did. I mean, it's just, you know, look, I wish Golovkin would go to Showtime, ESPN, I don't care. Go somewhere. Like, these guys, they need to get away from HBO. They're a sinking ship, you know, and why they continue to fight on HBO, I simply do not understand. You know, so, I don't know, guys. I'm not going to babble on. I just want you guys to watch the video, okay? And I'll leave a link below. You tell me in the comment section what you think. Now, for all the channels out there, for all the people out there, you know, supporting and getting on the bandwagon and, you know, riding with Roy Jones Jr., tell me what you think after you watch the video. Because he's making the claim that, you know, he would have been disqualified if that was him. Okay? And he was wrongfully DQ'd in 1996 against Griffin when he hit not once, or not through, or he threw not one, but 2 punches, you know, after the dude was down. I mean, you know, it was just atrocious what he did. So I can't understand for the life of me why he would bring that up on Fight. It's like they were so desperate to discredit Gennady Golovkin. You know, maybe that's like the first thing that hit his mind. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna talk about when I got disqualified. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like they were so desperate. Now, another thing, too, if you go back to 1996, Jim Lampley was calling the fight. Okay, Jim Lampley was the commentator while Roy Jones Jr. was fighting, and Jim Lampley, Harold Letterman, all of them, they're like, oh my God, he needs to be disqualified. I wish I could just play at least the audio for you. Okay, but yet fast forward to 2018, and Jim Lampley didn't say a word. Jim Lampley didn't say, well, wait a minute, Roy, I was there, you know. It was a clean disqualification. You know, you clearly needed to be disqualified. Okay, so, you know, he didn't say anything like that, but he rode with it. You know, he's like, oh yeah, you're right there. You know, it's crazy to me. Just, man, I don't know, guys. Just tell me what you think. Leave it below.